Hey guys, Lee from Galaxy Reviews here with yet another video. This one's gonna be pretty interesting, so stick around, it's gonna be a fun one. So as you can see, this box is pretty darn big. Barely get to fit in frame with my camera here. But pretty much what we're looking to unbox, as you might see already, is Byleth. So not sure if you guys have been following my Fire Emblem series. I went ahead and unboxed pretty much all of the Pop-Up Parade line figures for some of the 3 house characters from the different houses. And then I also have unboxed a more detailed versions of the official line, which is what we have here, for Marth and Ike. So now we've got Byleth, which we just recently released. So I finally got her, so I'm really excited to go ahead and unbox her. So before we do, as always, let's go ahead and take a look at the box. So, which is pretty interesting. So the opening, it's kind of hard to see with my ring light here, is pretty small, which is interesting. There's like a bunch of empty space on the sides. Kind of the first time I've seen that. So we'll see what that's all about. Nothing here on the side, but on the back is where it gets pretty cool. So you can kind of see that Byleth has 2 swords included. So we got one with the Sword of the Creator all extended, and kind of a whip version, and then we also have the standard sword version where it's kind of retracted. So we'll see how that works. Probably bet we have like 2 versions to swap out, which is pretty cool. Marth and Ike didn't have something like that, so it's pretty cool they did that for Byleth. And then for those kind of wondering, just to provide a little bit more detail regarding these figures. So again, I bought mine through Ami as always. They haven't let me down, so I'm pretty happy with their service. Not sponsored, by the way. But here we have the figures. This was sculpted by Takura. First time seen, maybe he sculpted other figures, not too sure. But we have that the figure is a 1/7 scale, made in ABS and PVC. And then the paintwork was done by Shushin Murakawa, and then the illustration was done by Chinatsu Kurahana. So pretty cool. We just wanted to kind of put that out there because anyone was interested. And then on the side here, we have the illustration, which is pretty awesome. I'll see if I can keep this. I've kept Marth and Ike, so we'll see if I can keep this here. It's pretty cool, I like it. So let's go ahead and cut up some of the tape, and we'll get to actually opening this up. So there we go, and there was one in the back, but I already went ahead and cut that ahead of time. All right, so let me bend these up a little bit, so it's a little bit easier to bring out, because there's a lot of plastic in this one. All right, so there we have Byleth, and then there are some instructions included. I'll go ahead and put the box here to the side. So let's take a quick look at the instructions here. Well, let me remove from the plastic covering so that the ring light doesn't reflect on it. So that was a little bit easier to see. All right, so as far as the instructions go, yeah, there's 2 swords included. One with the Sword of the Creator retracted, one extended, and we even have a dagger. That's pretty cool. We'll see if it's just something you can, okay, yeah, here it is. So 3 versions. You can either use a dagger, Sword of the Creator extended, Sword of the Creator retracted. Okay, so pretty cool. And then pretty straightforward. I guess we just place it on the base, choose the sword, and done. So really doesn't get any more complicated than that. So cool. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So let's see. Yep, there's a few pieces of tape all around. Let's see. Yep, there's another one here, it seems. Another one here. And I think that's it on top. Towards the bottom, I think that should be it. So let's go ahead and remove this one. Oh, actually there's another one tape here. They're kind of hard to see since it kind of blends in with the plastic. So cool. There we go. So first things first, we have the little dagger. I don't remember this dagger in games. I'm not sure if it has like a specific name or not. So it's pretty interesting that they went ahead and included that. So cool, nice to have options, you know. So we'll put that to the side. Let's go ahead, and here we have Sword of the Creator retracted. That's a really nice size, very nice. And then, okay, so the arm or the hand is included already grasping the sword. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Usually you just stick the sword in the hand, but the hand is already part of the sword for this figure. So let's put that to the side, and then that's it here. Then let's take a look at the base. And you guys are excited to see Byleth, but bear with me. So here we have the base. So pretty cool, you know, similar to Marth and Ike, it's just a nice kind of stone structure to place her on. So put this here as well. And let's get to the main attraction. So the star of the show here is Byleth. Tons and tons of protective covering, which is nice. Definitely don't want her to be damaged or anything like that. So we'll remove all of that. This is a little tricky to remove. There we go. And that's it. Oof, she's got nice heft to her. So similar to Marth and Ike, you can really tell they put in the effort. She's got some nice heft. So it's close up. Let's make it close up to the figure as always. Very nice details. Can't spot any imperfections whatsoever. Whoops, got a little too close there. So we're gonna show her close up of the overall outfit. And kind of interesting that they were able to include all the different holes in her leggings, stockings, whatever you wanna call it. And then the boots. And then that's pretty much it. And then you have like the sleeves in the back. So let me see if I can hold it this way. Yep, so again, sleeves are very nicely detailed. Kind of wish they also created a version for the male Byleth, since that's the one I typically stuck with, but she definitely gets the job done. No complaints here. All right, so there we go. Pretty awesome. Oh, and let me do a quick close up here of the necklace. And there we go. Very nice. So let's go ahead and see if we can unbox Sword of the Creator. Well, actually, let's go ahead and stand her on the figure. So let's see. Okay, cool, figured it out. All right, pretty straightforward. So she kind of goes like this. So this foot, left foot here, and then this has a little peg. Go ahead and insert it there. Whoops. So not as easy as Marth and Ike. There we go. Okay, not too bad. But this one doesn't seem to have a lot of grip. Most of the grip is on her right foot. But still, pretty cool. We're all good to go there. All right. Having a little bit of difficulty fitting her in frame. Again, this figure is pretty darn big. So really nicely detailed. And then just for those wondering, this was a little over $200, so definitely not cheap. And especially with the yen finally kind of stabilizing a little bit, not as cheap as some of the figures were before, when the yen was down a little bit. But not complaining, it wasn't too bad. It's kind of standard for these figures, so kind of to be expected. Let's go ahead now and cut up the last remaining plastic here on the bottom, which contains the extended version of the Sword of the Creator. Let's see. There's a ton of plastic here. Jeez. They definitely went all out with the packaging. Definitely much more packaging than Marth and Ike. I hope you guys could hear me over all the mess of the plastic. So let's put that to the side. All right. So here we have the extended version of the Sword of the Creator. This is kind of ridiculous. I probably will not use this because it seems to take up a lot of space. But that's how that looks like. I mean, look at my hand and look at the whole length of this sword. Awesome, yeah, kind of ridiculous to put up on display. But actually, let's go with this one first. So let's see how difficult it is to place this here. So actually it shouldn't be. So again, it has like this little ball peg, and then it just kind of goes there in her arm. And I know the camera's kind of freaking out on me a little bit, but let's go ahead and try this out. Okay, so actually that was very easy. So that's how that looks like. And you can kind of see it definitely has some flex. So that's good, right? Because again, this thing is pretty darn big. Definitely don't want it to break on us or anything like that. So let me adjust the camera a little bit. Now that we just have Byleth here. So that's how she looks like that. Let me zoom in a little bit. Let's go ahead and see how difficult it now is to swap her arm out. I'm just gonna wiggle it a little bit. There we go. Didn't break, that's good. And then let's try the Sword of the Creator standard version. I'm just gonna call that, which is probably how I'll put her up in display. And there we go, very awesome. Much more contained than this ridiculousness, but still pretty badass. All right, so let me just do a quick close-up of how that looks like. So again, when the arm is inserted, or sorry, when the hand is inserted, you can barely tell it's detachable at all. So again, if you put it up in display, should not be an issue. Now, I am curious as to how the dagger is held. Actually, I may need to reference the instructions again. So supposedly you could swap out the dagger, but I think it may just go on her hip or something. Maybe I misread the instructions. Let's see. Oh yeah, exactly. That makes more sense. So that makes some sense because Byleth never really did use a dagger in game. He or she just kind of had it on their hip. So perfect. Actually, that's what it is. So I kind of thought you could swap them out and have them hold the dagger as well, but not the case. There's a little hole on the hip, and you just insert the blade there. And then it does say to use caution when attaching to prevent scratches and color transfer. So that's right here. So that's pretty good to tune up. Definitely don't want that to happen. So we'll be careful. And let's take a look to see where that goes. So, okay, pretty easy. Actually very easy to spot. It's right there, as you can see. Now I'm gonna move it to the side so I can see as I input it. So we're very careful. Okay, actually that was very easy. Just kind of wiggled it in a little bit and it went in nicely. I know this kind of sounds very dirty, but bear with me. So it was nice and easy. Again, nothing too complicated. And look how badass that looks. I may swap the sword every now and then, but I think this is definitely the way I'm gonna keep her 99% of the time. I'll probably store the Sword of the Creator extended version somewhere nice, and definitely don't want that to get damaged at all. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below of this figure. I'm gonna have to give it a 10 out of 10. I have definitely loved this figure line. And I'm really happy they went ahead and officially licensed these figures, and they did an amazing job. Again, no imperfections, nothing crazy that I can spot. So definitely gonna recommend it. Now, of course, with these figures compared to the Papa Parade line, these are not budget friendly. Again, this figure alone was about $200, so keep that in mind. They may become cheaper over time, but from my experience, it may take a while. So if you're a Fire Emblem 3 Houses fan, definitely recommend you grab Byleth. She's very badass, and I can't wait to put her up in display. Again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Very excited to add her to my collection. Definitely recommend that you grab her. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, looking forward to the next video. Look out for that. Make sure to subscribe and turn on the notifications so you don't miss that. Otherwise, until next time, guys, peace out.